Najua anataka kampani, maybe take it right. Can't you see the fire? Then this always burn up, but it's burn up like we are okay. Yup, we are okay. I was just testing. I'm gonna test ka light iko sawa. Everything iko sawa and I feel everything is alright today. The internet is just fine. The internet is just excessively fine. I need to correct. Where am I? Where am I? Excellent. I'm so sure we will start getting down time after some time. Not now, after some time. So whenever you come in, whenever you're here, whenever you become ready, let me check. Let me see if I become the center. Yup. When you come in, you holler. You say, I'm here. What we need to discuss. I don't know if my chat is present. I need to see. I should have a chat rate. I'm unsure if I need a place where I could see, where I can see the chat. I'm sure if I have that place it will be easy. But anyway, you're not rushing. It's not like you're rushing or anything. We need to be here. We need to discuss a lot of stuff. Yeah, we need to be there. The stream's current... No, I knew it. After some time we'll have all these troubles. I knew it. I knew after some time we'll start having all these issues of bitrate. But anyway, it's okay. So if everything is good, I'm always good. If everything is okay, I am okay. I'll be okay. If you are here, just say hi. We are talking about today. As I don't know if the sound is too loud. The sound can be too loud. I don't want to make the sound too loud, but again, as I've said in the past, sometimes when I'm talking for a longer period of time, when I'm just talking and it's silence, I'm also listening to the music. So when I'm talking and it's silence every time, it reaches a point where it starts becoming boring. So sometimes I just put in the music and it calms me down. It's like that thing. It's that thing where it calms you down, so you are able to talk a lot of stuff. But now the problem, I don't know if it's, maybe I should just reduce. Maybe I should just reduce the volume a little bit. So looking at it today we're having a lot of tables, a lot of games. Welcome. I need to put here. Let me check. Start a poll. Which team will win the Premier League? I think this is a good way. This is a good way. Aston Villa. Aston Villa, Arsenal. I'm putting here Arsenal. But when it comes to Arsenal and the league, I'm just always sure that something will happen. Others, I don't even want to put Chelsea here because it has already disappointed me. Like, I was so sure this season that we are going to fight. I was so sure this season that we were going to fight for this league. Like, there's nothing. I was so sure. We are going to fight the league. We are going to fight for the title, and we'll be there January, February, March. Maybe if we are going to fall off, we should have started falling off in April or May. Like, we needed to have a certain kind of hope for this season. And because we had won the Club World Cup, and winning the Club World Cup probably gave us a false sense of confidence. And not just for the coach, even for the players, like people like Pedro. Who's this other guy? Delap. All these guys. Somehow we felt they were better than what they are. And now we are just realizing that all these guys are not as good as we thought. I don't know, probably just the USA weather. The USA weather is not as good as we thought. So today we are having all these games. We are going to have 11:30. Probably I should bet. Should we bet? Should I bet? No, it will make today exciting. I'm not going to bet a lot. Just some small money. But for Burnley versus Newcastle, if I was to predict the winner for this game, it will be, Newcastle. How have Newcastle been playing? Let me check. Newcastle. Preview. Let's go for Newcastle preview. So, Burnley versus Newcastle. The last 5 games. Burnley lost to Crystal Palace. Then they were beaten by Newcastle 2-1. So this is a rematch. This rematch is so quick. I think every rematch right now is quick. Like, we are doing rematches. This is the second leg. I think we have started the second leg this week. Is it this week or yeah? This week we are doing second leg. This is game week 19. So for certain teams, I think most teams are starting second leg. So it's easy even to predict because you'll just know. So Newcastle versus Burnley. Newcastle beat Burnley. They defeated Burnley, and then Burnley again lost to Fulham. They drew with Bournemouth. They drew with Everton. So it's not like they are going down. It's like they're struggling. Can we check on the table? Where's Burnley now? Where is Burnley? They're improving. They have gotten 2 points. I think they're 19. But they've gotten 2 points in the last 2 games. So they're trying to survive. Can they even survive? if they have to survive, it will be hard for them. For them to survive, they have to get at least 6 points better than Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest is winning. Of course, Nottingham Forest lost the 2 last games, but they drew the 2 last games. And I think the season we are going to have Wolves go into relegation. Just 2 points. They have survived for so long. They have survived the relegation for so long. Even last season, they were nearly getting relegated, but they survived. So where are Newcastle? Newcastle are also not performing so well. Lost, drew, lost. Matches. Lost, drew, lost. It's not like they're going to be Newcastle have lost. They have only won once in the last 5 games. But you expect them to beat Burnley. Like, Burnley should not be a huge challenge for them. I don't see any reason why Burnley should be a huge challenge for them. And Wissa is out of injury. He's not with Congo. Did Wissa go to Congo? I don't think so. He had injury. So the last game they won was against Burnley. Then they lost against Sunderland. Then Chelsea, as Santa Claus, being the Santa Claus that they are, decided to give them 1 single point. And that game, I don't know how Chelsea behave. But then they lost to Man United. And why did I think last? No, I thought Man United and Newcastle were going to draw. That was not a good prediction, because you see, if you look at the trend, Newcastle are not even doing so well. Like, I don't know why I thought they'll be drawing. So for this game, as much as Newcastle are not doing well, I think Burnley is not doing well too. But because they have drew the last 2 games and Burnley is at home, probably you think this game will not just be straightforward for Newcastle. And Newcastle is not that good. As much as they have Wissa, as much as they have Walter Made, and Walter Made, I think, is currently among those people who are leading. Is it records? Do we go to players or statistics? I think Walter Made is one of those guys who are no, that's not where we should go. We should go to statistics. He's one of those guys who is leading, who is among the top goal scorer. It has to be Erling Haaland, Thiago, Semenyo, Ekitike, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Hugo Ekitike, Dominic Calvert, and Danny Welbeck 7. So it's just 7 goals. It's not, but like Haaland is so far ahead of these other guys. Like a 8 goal difference. All these other guys are just trying. For a couple of seasons, for so many, not even a couple, for so many seasons. Getting 19 will guarantee you, like at the end of the season, getting 19 will guarantee you a top 3. And I'm so sure in certain seasons you just needed to get 20, 23, because if I'm correct, like people like Drogba used to win the Golden Boot with 2021 goals. Even Henry, like a lot of people, 2021 goals will have won you the Golden Boot. The people who reached 30 were like Suarez, probably Ronaldo, then Salah, and now Haaland just makes this scoring like a joke. Like, we are half of the season, he has played 18 games, he has 19 goals. Those are Messi numbers, 100%. These are Messi numbers. And you look at the assist, just 7. So who's assisting Erling Haaland? Or is penalties? Are they penalties? Do you have a way to confirm? I don't think they're penalties. You might be getting few penalties, but I don't think a lot of those goals are penalties. I don't think we can confirm. Can we confirm? No, there's no way to confirm. We can't confirm. But just looking at these statistics, like Haaland is helping Man City so much. And Walter Made is here, 7 goals, position 6, and Newcastle are down there. So to some extent, Newcastle is underperforming and they have a goal scorer. You look at teams like Chelsea, we don't have any person here. None of us have gotten 7 goals, even assists. Reece James has 4. We just shine on total passes and clean sheets. We are a defensive team, and we always tend to talk down on Arsenal, calling them a defensive team. Of course, Arsenal is a defensive team. They also don't have any outright goal scorer. When you look at it, if you look at it, they don't have an outright goal scorer. Now, AFCON is playing right now. I should switch off. Then the next game is Chelsea versus Bournemouth. Now, I don't know. This Chelsea issue is just so tiring. I expected a lot from it, but right now, just look at Chelsea. We are having a similar form like Newcastle. Lost to Leeds, drew versus Bournemouth, won against Everton. And I think we won against Everton because we are always winning against Everton, and then drew against Newcastle, and then lost to Aston Villa. And the games we have lost, you look at those things and you just start wondering, like, this shouldn't be the game we are losing. Like, we shouldn't lose a game like this. Like, for instance, Aston Villa, we were in front, we had already scored, we just needed to manage the game. But then we started playing in such a we just lost it. We lost control of the game. It's like we were not. Maresca with the substitution started messing the game up, and I don't know, he's concede the first one, and then you think, okay, we might even go ahead and score the winner, but we don't. What do? We go back, we start defending, do the same thing. They score the winner, they have the 3 points. They have 3 points. We have nothing. The last games. So we are doing a second leg with Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge, which again, you think this is a game we need to win, but based on form, it just looks like a draw. It's one of those games where it just looks like a draw. Like there's nothing. And I'm not even emotional. Like if you look at Bournemouth, they lost against Everton, they drew against us as always, drew against Man United, drew against Burnley. Just look at the team, and then lost against Brentford. And because they lost against Brentford, they want to come back and win for their fans. And you know where people usually go there to win? Stamford Bridge. Everybody, whenever they are at that point where they are underperforming, they just know at Stamford Bridge is where we got to take our 3 points. And Maresca's been a Santa Claus for them. Where Bournemouth? Position 15. Just look at this. Just look at this form. Loss, draw, loss. There's not even a single win. This is the time where they are getting a win. And they don't even have Semenyo. Semenyo is in AFCON. I'm so sure they don't have. If they don't have Semenyo, who scores for Bournemouth? That other guy, Kluivert. Is Kluivert present? I'm not sure if Kluivert is present. What I'm sure of, though, is that it will be very, very difficult, just based on what we know. Like if you know Chelsea, for us to win against Bournemouth. If they win against Bournemouth, I don't know, but I'm so sure they're not. Like, it just looks, and as a fan, sometimes you feel, you should be supporting my team. I should be coming here and saying, oh, we are winning. But that's what I've always been doing. Every time, even the previous week, when everybody were talking, was saying, Aston Villa have a form of their life, like they haven't lost. I was still chest out saying we are going to beat Aston Villa because we are that team. We have a solid midfield. We have, But then Maresca comes in and with his lineup, and we just feel like, oh, those are Christmas stuff, not New Year. What are they? New Year. What are they called? The New Year stuff. I've forgotten the name. So right now I don't have any confidence with this Chelsea. Bournemouth is 15. If they win, they want to win because they're having a bad form. Just 3 points out of 15. 3 points out of 15. If you ask me how Maresca will line up, I'm so sure this time, because he has messed up, because that's what usually happens with these coaches. Because he knows he messed up the previous game, because he knows we are not happy. He knows the fans are not happy. If you go to the to Chelsea's social media, you'll just find a lot of people typing, yo, we are done with the season. And I think that's the general feeling of every Chelsea fan. Like, we are done. We had so much expectation, and it's the hope that kills you. You ask a Man United fan, you ask an Arsenal fan, it's the hope that kills you. Like, you have so much hope for your team, for your players, for your coach, and then they just keep on disappointing you every now and then. It reaches a point where these people are not going to win anything. these people are not going. Like, there's no way they're going to win anything, and it's usually just justified. Even with Chelsea right now, you look at it and you feel like, I feel there's no way they're going to win this game because they have shown it. But Maresca would want to put the best lineup possible, the lineup that he knows usually wins game, the lineup that he knows will make Chelsea fans. So at the defense, I'm so sure it will be Fofana, and you'll have Reece James, you'll have Fofana, you'll have, or you might just play Reece James at the mid. But I'm so sure he'll have Fofana and he'll have Chalobah, he'll have Cucurella, even though he was complaining that Cucurella has an injury. I'm so sure he'll be there. He will have Estevao in this game, 100%, because he's trying to play with fans' emotions. He's a trickster, he's a trick, he's a pimp. He's trying to play with fans' emotion, trying to say, this is the team that you wanted, I'm giving it to you. But he's doing it. I know that feeling. Like, sometimes you want to win, but sometimes winning is not the main goal. You want to prove other people wrong. You want to prove people are wrong instead of winning. Like, proving people are wrong is better than winning. And I think this is one of those games where Maresca is coming in to prove people wrong. So I don't know if there's any coach who would want a team to lose just so the fans realize that probably was right, or it's just playing mind games. But I've seen it, not in professional football. It's probably in professional football, not in that at that level, but I've seen it in grassroots football. Like, we will go there asking the coach to put a certain player, and there's a chance the coach probably knows or probably just has favorites. Like, probably has this guy who usually scores but doesn't go back to defend. And now when you reach a point where you are always criticizing him, he now decides to give you what you want. But he doesn't give you what you want for the benefit of the team. He gives you what you want just to prove that he was right. So he will give you Estevao and give you whatever you wanted. You want Palma at right wing, Palma is there at right wing. You want Estevao at 10, Estevao is there at 10. Who do you want else? Who do you want? You want Gui. You want... He gives you all these players. But then he knows that how we are set up the lineup probably is not balanced enough. As much as Estevao will bring something, as much as Palma will bring something, he knows that sometimes you just can't play all these other guys, all those probably luxury players at the same time. You have to find a way to have some sort of balance. But because he wants to prove you wrong, he removes the balance, gives you everybody you want, gives you Santos, gives you Estevao, gives you Palma, gives you whatever, and then he hopes that the team loses, so that next time when he does his thing, none of you guys are on his neck trying to tell him, put this guy here, put this guy here. He will have proved to you that whatever you wanted or whatever you want from this guy is not what you'll get. I've seen it, not in the professional level, in grassroots football, but I'm sure at the point where we are, at the point where the fans, how the fans are criticizing this team, I think we have created that setup. We have created that setup to allow him to prove the fans wrong. That's why I think he might want to prove the fans wrong, or he might want to just, the team, not necessarily him, but the team will want to prove that they are a good team because they have been performing dismally. This is not the right performance. Like, just a win, 2 draws, 2 losses. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a very, very hard game. And Bournemouth might just come I'm sure Bournemouth will not win. They're not going to win because the team will not allow them to win. But a draw is very plausible. So for Burnley versus Newcastle, again, if I was to bet, I'll go for a draw. For Chelsea versus Bournemouth, if I was to bet, I'll again go for a draw. Just saying, Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest versus Everton, this is one of those games where it's not even interesting. Where are they on the table? Where are they on the table? Let's look at the table first, because the table is important in telling us who was the motivation for Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, and the motivation for Everton. They're mid-table, both teams. Oh, Nottingham Forest is just above relegation. So Nottingham Forest wants to win this game more than Everton will want to win this game, because they also know there are 6 points. Is it 6 or 5? 5 points off position 18. But it's not a very, very comfortable area, because you might wake up today, you are 5 points off position 18, and then after 2 games you are 1 point or 2 points off position 18, and West Ham is winning those games. So it's a very dangerous point. So I think in this game, Forest has more motivation to win this game than Everton. I don't know. I feel just Everton is just a mid-table team. It's not looking for anything. Probably they might want to go up a little because they were performing so well, and then they started losing and drawing, and I think that's the thing with going to mid-table. Sometimes you just relax. Nobody's expecting you to perform better than you need to perform, and I think Brighton has been there, Fulham has been there, I've seen Crystal Palace there, and now Everton are there. Like, you feel these teams are good at certain points, but when their position is not threatened, they'll just lose games which you think they should be winning. Like, you'll find Fulham with Burnley, and then Burnley just winning, and you're thinking, like, why is it happening? It's just because mid-table is very, very, very comfortable. Like, once you realize that I'm not fighting for the Champions League position, I'm not fighting for the Conference League, for Europa League for position, then, and you're not fighting to get out of relegation, then you just relax. You just choose the games where you need to win, the games where you don't have to win. You are not eager, you are not like over-applying yourself. So Everton to get to the conference position, I think position 5 is Champions League, then Manchester United. Position 6, I'm not saying Manchester United will be in position 6. Manchester United, position 6, Europa. Position 8, they are going to Conference League. So for Everton to reach position 8, 26 points, they're not far off. Like, the difference from 5 so to 12 is 4 points. But are they looking? Are they in the dressing room or on the training? Do they consider that probably if they just have a good form of 3 or 4 games, they might even be in position 5 or 6? I don't know if the coaches usually tell these players, such teams like Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, Brighton, like just installing the idea that they can be playing in Champions League. Because all those guys who came from Brighton, and Brighton were above Chelsea at a certain point, like the Sanchez, the Caicedo, as much as they were going for the money, they were also talking about playing in Champions League. And then you wonder, like, did they, while they were in Crystal Palace or they were in Brighton or they were in those teams, in middle table teams, did they at a certain point think, and especially for Crystal Palace, did they at a certain point think that probably Crystal Palace can, if they need to go to those positions, like they can go to position 5? I'm just wondering. Like Brighton, Crystal Palace, at a certain point Brighton were there. Last season it was Crystal Palace and probably Forest. Just wonder if the coach was bold enough to tell the players, like, you can get to Champions League. I'm so sure right now Emery is telling Aston Villa players that they can. I don't know if it's the right point to put pressure on them, if it's putting pressure on them or just encouraging them, motivating them, inspiring them to win game after game after game. Because you have to have a goal. Like, there's no way you just will go into a game, play your heart out, try to win a game, and it all comes from just playing. You have to have an ambition, you have to have a goal. Like you need, for you to apply yourself, for you to be like really at that level where you are winning game after game after game, you have to have a certain thing in your mind that tells you, this season we can get top 5, this season we can go to Champions League, or even better, this season we can go and win the league. And I think for Aston Villa right now, something has to be at the back of their mind. They have to feel that this can be a season, this can be a Leicester moment, you know. So Nottingham Forest versus Everton, I think Everton, I don't know if the coach has been telling them or selling them the dream that they can go to Europe. It doesn't have to be Champions League. It can be Europa, it can be Conference League. Then they must still play. They must still play for the win. But I think for this game, Forest have more motivation to win. But either way, if we look at the form, Forest have won 2 games in the last 5 games against Wolves, but Wolves is losing every other game. They lost to Everton, they beat Spurs. I don't know what Spurs usually does. Like, Spurs can be good this season, this game, next game they're just shit. They're twins with Chelsea, and the way they play, in their motivation, in how, like, Chelsea are at that Spurs level. Just don't know. Then Fulham, they lost to Fulham, then they lost to Man City. You can't blame them against Man City. Against Fulham, like, sometimes the form is relative to the teams that the team is meeting. Like, for this instance, I look at the teams and I say, Man City is a hard game. Fulham is a mid-table. Like, you can see them and you think it's not a solid team, but it's a very, very solid team. Beating Tottenham is very, very good. Everton were in the ascension. So Nottingham Forest is not like they are having a bad form. I just think they were having a very hard fixture in the last 5 games. And it's the same for Everton, because they beat Bournemouth, they beat Forest 3-0, were beaten with Chelsea. They were beaten with Arsenal. Those are two heavyweights. And then they draw with Burnley. Now with Burnley, that's a thing. But then when you come from a loss and another loss, probably the confidence will not be at the right point. So I think these two teams, it's not like they are having a relative bad form. I just think they are having hard fixtures. But in the first leg, Everton versus Nottingham Forest, Everton won 3-0. So probably just Everton has an edge, a better edge against Forest. Or Forest will come into this game having learned certain stuff, like they will come into this game. Are we still nene? Sometimes they will come into this game thinking they can overturn whatever happened in first leg. So probably, if I was to predict this game, this is a hard game to predict, because I think Forest have a better motivation. I think Everton right now, the confidence, the team, they have a solid team. As much as the form may not show, but they have a solid team. And they have goal scorers and creators. Not many goal scorers, but they have a lot of creators. So this is a return leg. The first leg, Everton won 3-0. Forest will want to apply them. This is a hard game. It can go any way. Like it's one of those games where Forest will come and just win 3-0, or Everton just comes and wins 3-0. But I think Everton will have an edge, because it's a better team. You always have to bet on the better team if there's any way. If the form and nothing shows which team is good, just go for the better team. And I think Everton has a better team. West Ham United versus Brighton, I think this is easy. West Ham United have a dismal this season. They are getting relegated, I'm so sure. Their position 17 on the league. Wolves is getting relegated. They have avoided relegation for so long. Burnley, I don't know anyway how you can survive. And I like Burnley as a team. I just think the way they play, solid. At the championship, they were playing so well. But so somebody has to go down. And West Ham is one team which has really is underperforming, and it is one of those legacy PL teams. But this time I don't see any way which they'll survive, unless they just they just have a crazy January transfer. They can, I think they can. You think sometimes you think this is these teams are going to be relegated, and then they just go into January and they're just having this crazy signing, and then they come in February, March, and they start winning all these other games. But right now, if you look at 17, 16, 15, 18, 5, 6 points, 7 points. If you lose, like for instance, if Forest wins and West Ham loses, the gap will be so big, 7, 8 points. Like to recover those points is so hard. So hard. Brighton again, is not performing so well. Position 13. It's one of those teams which you think selling and selling and selling and selling, you'll always have a team. And I think right now their business model is not modeling, it's not businessing. They kept on selling people, and just everybody was praising them, especially this season. Oh, they are selling Caicedo and getting Baleba. They are selling this and getting this one. They are selling, and they have sold a lot of people. Like for this season, we've gotten Bononate. Bononate came from Brighton, and Pedro, and they have also sold a lot of guys. And now you look at the team, and they're not very good. So it can be dangerous. It can get dangerous if they don't get the right amount of talent this season. And then probably next season they'll be fighting relegation. And I'm not lying. Brighton next season, if they don't get the right people, and they'll be losing Welbeck. Or I don't know, they might not lose him, but I think they have certain 2 or 3 guys who are just probably holding the team together, just keeping the team where it is, like probably scoring once, twice. But I don't think Brighton will survive next season if they lose those guys. Baleba, not even Baleba. They have Dunk at the defense. Do they have Dunk or they sold him? Not even sure. But I think they have Legas and Welbeck in front, and I think a midfielder. Who's this midfield? What's the word? What's his? But West Ham form, drew with Man United, drew with Brighton again, lost against Aston Villa, lost against Man City, lost against Fulham. These are the games you expect them to lose. So when you look at Man United and Brighton, they are trying to get out of relegation, but it's just hard. When you look at Brighton losing against Aston Villa, which is expected, drawing against West Ham, which is underperforming, losing against Liverpool, you can say it's okay. Drawing versus Sunderland, it's okay based on how Sunderland has been performing. Losing against Arsenal, again, it's okay. It's bad, but it's not bad. Like you don't sack a coach because he has lost against Liverpool, lost against Arsenal, lost against Aston Villa. Those are like the top 5. And this is one of those games. If they drew in first leg and they were Brighton was home, and now West Ham will be at home, they're going to draw again. They might draw again, or again, this is one of those games. Like, certain games are so hard to predict. But I think Brighton should win this game. Like, there's no way. I don't know. If you're on a losing streak, you'll want to at least put a draw. And I think that's the reason why they drew in the first leg. But the second leg, Brighton is performing poorly. West Ham is performing poorly. They don't have outright scorers. Brighton has Welbeck. West Ham, since they lost their striker, they have been struggling. They have been struggling for so much. I don't know how. But if I was to bet, as always, I've always said, if it's so hard, then the team that I'm going at is the better team. And for this fixture, I'll go with Brighton. That's just the better team. West Ham is heading to relegation. I'm so sure right now a lot of the players have already accepted that they'll be relegated, so they might play well just to get signed, the way Delap used to, just conning his way. He conned his way into Chelsea. You just know Ipswich are going to be relegated, but what if I keep on performing so well that this guy decided to, sign me? I met Chelsea, I tried to score certain goals. It has happened with a lot of players. So and the next game is the cream of today. This is the biggest game today. The biggest game today. Let's just even go to the table. This is the biggest game today. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Now, if Aston Villa wins, they're not going to number 1, but they'll draw with points against Arsenal. They'll have 42 points. I'm sure this is one of those games where even if one wins, they'll win with a single goal margin. So if Aston Villa wins, they'll have 11 goal difference, and Arsenal will have 21 goal difference. It's the trickiest position for these two teams. Honestly, if you ask me, I want Aston Villa to win, because nobody ever wants Arsenal to win unless they are Arsenal fans or Man City fans. Because Man City fans, some of them were Arsenal fans, so it's so different. It's so hard to differentiate between recent Man City fans. Just say, you are the glory hunters. Why are you glory hunting? Because Arsenal was under. I know certain guys. I know a certain group of people who are Arsenal fans since childhood. But it reached a point where Arsenal were, that gone 10, 15 years without anything to celebrate. And they were just having, getting ridiculed after getting ridiculed. It's just ridicule after ridicule after ridicule. So some of them, when they moved town or when they moved places, they started embracing Man City. And now we meet 5 years later and they're wearing a Man City jersey, and I'm like, bro, you are Arsenal fan. Like, why are you a Man City fan now? I'm like, but you understand them. But right now, they have that in thing for Arsenal. Like, they have that, deep down they are Arsenal fans. And right now, because everybody knows them as Man City fans, but Arsenal is performing and Arsenal might win the Premier League, and now they want to celebrate, but they just can't shift. One day you are a Man City fan and then the next day you are an Arsenal fan. But I know they are Arsenal fans. So that's the thing. But today's game is Arsenal versus. I want Aston Villa to win. If there's any consolation for us dropping out of the chasing pack, is that Man City and Arsenal do not win the Premier League. Like, just Aston Villa. Like, let Aston Villa win the Premier League. Let Aston Villa win the Premier League. Now, will they win? They have to win this game. But will they win this game? Aston Villa are solid, but Arsenal have a very, very good team. Arsenal have a very, very good team. And the last game they lost against I'm so sure Arteta is coming into this game with a lot of revenge. I don't think they're going to allow Aston Villa to do a double on them. Like, it's just the races. It's just the races their claim to Premier League. If Aston Villa does a double on them, it will be like an egg on Arteta's face. So it's one of those very, very difficult game to predict. One of those, like Aston Villa, they have a solid team. They're very solid. They're balanced. I don't think they have just an outright performer in the team. Like you say, like you can single him out. Like you can say, this striker is helping this team. And I saw it when they made the substitution against us. Like, every person coming in, it's just that the levels are not dropping. Like for us, when you take out Caicedo and you bring somebody like Santos, like you'll see a very shift in quality. Like you take out maybe Palmer or you take out Reece James, like there's a very, very shift in quality. For them, it's just they are doing these substitutions and everybody who was coming in was just filling in the gap, giving the same, nearly similar performance. And I think that's the best thing with Aston Villa. It's like they're working like a machine. It's just like a German team, that Bayern Munich 2010 to 2014 side. Like everybody's just giving their all. Arsenal is very solid. Arsenal is so solid. And again, it's just similar to probably Aston Villa. Now, the problem with Arsenal is that compared to the previous seasons, you don't depend, like in the past they will depend on Saka. Like Saka will come in and then you think Saka is going to create a chance or Saka is going to score. Right now, Saka comes in, gives 70 minutes, 80, 90 minutes, and there's no outright chance where there's no any point where you think he's going to score. So, to some extent, Arsenal is behaving similar to Aston Villa, and not the other way around. Like, it's just a balanced, solid team. Like they might have Declan Rice is world class, At the back you have Timber. The back is world class. Honestly, now Gabriel I think is out of injury, and he'll offer something. They'll not be conceding easily, but they have been conceding against Wolves, Brighton, Aston Villa. Aston Villa has also been conceding in every game. We scored them first. Man United scored them. Even West Ham scored against them. Arsenal scored against them. Brighton Albion scored against them, but they just find a way to win this game. They just find a way. So for me, I'll say this is a hard game to predict. It will be a very, very, very interesting game. Not very interesting to watch if you are not a fan. I think it will be a cagey game because similar Aston Villa doesn't play. It doesn't allow your team to entertain fans. They'll be blocking every chance. They'll be coming behind. They'll be moving as a block. They're just solid. It's a normal Unai Emery team, like that Villa, or what was it, Villarreal. Now they just move. It's just like a block of players, pounds. You can replace anybody and the next one will just do the work. And I think it's the same way that Arsenal plays. If you other than people like Declan Rice, who might offer certain things, probably Saka at some point surely offer certain things, you love Martinelli running up and down. I think Kai is out of injury, but probably not playing this game. But even if he plays, somehow usually offers a different thing from certain other players. Some players are just solid people. They just do the basic. And when you have those players just doing the basic, it's alright. But then, when the opposition clocks you or locks you out, then nobody's going to create a chance. Now, if you have people like Kai or, they're going to offer something different, which is the best thing about world-class talent. Like, they're going to do something that nobody expects. Like, they'll dribble even their own teammates. They just have a sense they'll watch the game from 3D. But that has not been happening with Arsenal. I think Arteta's been behaving like Pep, just taking a little creativity from the players, and sometimes that has to be done to build a team. But then when you build a team and then you don't have those edges, it becomes difficult. But based on form, all these teams are on form. Just that the only loss was against this other team, and now we are on second leg, and Aston Villa might want to replicate, but Arsenal does not want this to do a double. So this game, for me, I predict a draw. I don't know why I predict a draw as much as I want. Probably it's because I want Aston Villa to win. I want Aston Villa to win, but I know it's difficult for them to win at the Emirates. But again, if they draw, Man City just goes ahead. And then it's so difficult to take Man City off the first position. But then, for us, Chelsea, the season is over. So, we are just watching from the sidelines. And we wish Aston Villa to win this game. I personally wish Aston Villa to win this game. As much as I'll be watching my Chelsea, I'll also try to be following this game very, very eagerly. Then the last game today, which is not very interesting, is Man United versus Wolves, which again we think Man United has to win this game if they don't win this game, because Wolves has not won any game. They have drawn twice, all 18 games. So you expect any team that plays with Wolves to win. You can even see their form. They have lost against Forest, Man United, Arsenal, Brentford, Liverpool. So I think this is one of those games which should be. I'm just saying should, because I know with the Man United, with Spurs, with the Chelsea, you can't say will. You have to say should. because you know when you say will, they will come and disappoint you. They're so good at that. When you just say Chelsea will win a game, or when you say Man United will win this game, or when you say Spurs will win this game, they're like, we are hearing you. Have you used will? Because you have used will, we will not. So for these three teams, you have to use should, so that they know you expect them to win, but you know they can disappoint you. So this one of those easy game for Man United. Like Man United should win this game. They won against Newcastle. I didn't even expect them to win against that game. Versus Aston Villa is expected. Aston Villa are on form. Drawing against Bournemouth, it's not expected. But you know, yeah, they defeated Wolves 4-1. Then they drew with West Ham 1-1, which should show you they can disappoint you, because West Ham and Wolves, they are of the same caliber. But Man United should win this game. People have started celebrating early on 2026. Anyway, I think that's my 1 hour stream today. I think it has been well. I've seen a couple of people. Now, for the votes, Arsenal are winning. Arsenal and others. Nobody is pitting Aston Villa to win. Nobody is pitting Man City to win. Anyway, for all of you who have been here, let me just type in thank you. You know you are my guy. Thank you for all the people who have voted. I might make a live tomorrow or at this time, and I need to keep doing this thing, and also do what? You know, there's a lot of things to be done. Anyway, if you are still here, or if you, in essence, get to watch this video later, subscribe, and we'll be very, very thankful. Anyway, nice day.